Talking about unemployment and also perhaps how a big companies fail to hold up to its growth promises and its momentum, Byju Raveendran is a man who flew too close to the sun and perhaps burned himself in the process. He has not been able to pay up salaries of over 15,000 employees for the month of November. Just yesterday, there were reports that there is a technical glitch. It appears that that technical glitch is actually absence of enough money.
Absolutely, and which is what we stuck our neck out yesterday and said, Shweta, that I think there is no fundamental technology-related technical glitch, but there is a glitch in the P&L of the company and there is a glitch in the cash flow of the company, and that is fairly apparent now when reports are suggesting that Byju Raveendran is putting up his own two flats as well as one under construction villa in Bangalore to raise money, and that money and these 3 houses being served as collateral for Byju Raveendran to raise money and pay salaries of those 15,000 odd employees for the month of November. Now, 15,000 is almost 50% of Byju's current workforce. If you remember, after rounds and rounds of firing, there was some estimation that we had made that Byju's present headcount would be in the range of about 32 to 35,000 people. Now, 15,000 means almost 40 to 50% of them have not been paid their dues for the month of November. So, Byju Raveendran there trying to raise up to $12 million on his own volition by putting his own personal assets up as collateral to get that money to pay salaries. Now, all this is also coming at a time when, apart from all the other issues that Byju Raveendran and the Byju's company Think and Learn has been facing for the last 1.5 years or so by way of valuation cuts and outstanding loans, etc., is that now the BCCI, the Board of Cricket Council of India, is looking at filing insolvency, or has in fact already filed an insolvency plea at the NCLT in Bangalore against Byju's, because Byju's has not lived up to its 2019 contract and had to pay BCCI 158 crore rupees, which it hasn't been able to pay yet. So obviously BCCI also as a sort of, as a party involved in this whole Byju's mess, or one of the collateral damages of the mess in Byju's, has now knocked on the doors of NCLT, filing an insolvency petition against Byju's, maybe forcing it, pushing it into insolvency. Now that hearing is slated on December 22nd, and hopefully before that there should be some reply from Byju's, and we will know on 22nd December if NCLT rules in favor of Byju's insolvency or not. But troubles at Byju's are not ending by any stretch of imagination.
Would it therefore be right to say at this point that it looks like end of road for Byju's? A company once valued at $22 billion and upwards is not able to pay money to its 15,000 employees. It has come to a point where Byju Raveendran had to pledge his own private property to pay up employees. So what's the road ahead looking like for Byju's?
Shweta, we saw the FY22 audited results which came out in the first week of November, suggesting that while revenue grew about 2.3x, the losses actually narrowed, but losses were still in a couple of hundreds of thousands of $1 million worth. So for a fact that there is a continued cash flow issue with Byju's. FY22, to my mind, was still a should have been a better year for Byju's as compared to the next year, which is FY23, and this ongoing FY24, and we are yet to see the books of FY23 to understand, is there any cash in the system? Was there any cash expected which never came in? And what have been the kind of expenses that Byju's has made in FY23? And then the first half of FY24 also over. Obviously, the company does not have enough money to pay salaries, something as basic as salaries for employees. So, this coming on the back of education returning to normalcy, and in any case, a beleaguered edtech player not finding enough, moral standing and enough financial standing in the edtech space right now. So, obviously, cash flow is a challenge for Byju Raveendran. The sooner he admits it, the sooner the board at Byju's admits this problem and either draws out a roadmap for recovery of the edtech player, or goes ahead and files for insolvency, is something that the board has to decide upon. But something has to be done, and done really quick.
Absolutely. Something needs to be done really quick. Not a very good news coming in from Byju's, and this is adding to the plethora of bad news at Byju's, the latest of which is Byju Raveendran had to pledge his own home to pay the 15,000 employees whose dues are awaited for the month of November.